Have you ever come across words that have letters in English but the letters are not pronounced? Such letters are called silent letters. They are letters that we have in English. We write them, but we do not pronounce them. They are very important in the words. It doesn't mean that when we don't pronounce them, so we don't write them. We do write them. They are very important for the spellings, but we don't pronounce them. In our lesson today, by the end of the lesson, you should be able to tell us what silent letters are. You are also expected to know some common silent letters in English. Then we also expect you to pronounce the words correctly using the silent letters as expected. So to start us off, I want us to read the following three words loudly together, and I want you to note how the words are pronounced and tell me if there is anything that you realize or you notice from the words. So the first word is knife. Knife. I want you to look at the spellings and look at the pronunciation. Look at the spellings and the pronunciation. Knife. The second word is doubt. Doubt. Then lastly, the third word is listen. 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 What do you notice from these words after you try pronouncing them? What is the relationship, or what do you notice in terms of the spellings and the pronunciation? So from the examples that we've just read a few minutes ago, you notice that from the words there are some letters that are not pronounced. These letters are the ones that we call silent letters. They are written but not pronounced. Like for example, in this word knife, you can see K, which is coming first, is not pronounced. So when you pronounce this word, you are going to pronounce it as knife, the way I have put it in the double slashes. So we are going to look at silent letters from A to Z, and we want to begin with the words with the silent letter A. Words with silent letter A. So silent letter A sometimes is not very clearly pronounced. It kind of combines with another vowel sound, but it doesn't come out so clearly. That is why it comes out as a silent letter. I wanted to look at these three examples. In our example number one, this word is bread. Bread, meaning that A is not pronounced. The second word, break. Break. Then the third word is head. Head. You can see them in the pronunciation in the double slashes. And from the pronunciation, you can easily see that our letter A is not being pronounced, even though it is clearly written in the word. So in our other examples, we have words that have silent A, but at the beginning of the words. Silent A, but at the beginning of the words. I wanted to look at these three examples. Example number one, this word is aeroplane. Aeroplane starts with the letter A, but letter A, you can hear yourself when you pronounce the word aeroplane. Letter A is not heard anywhere. Then the second word is aesthetic. Aesthetic starts with A, but we don't pronounce the A. Aerial. Aerial starts with an A, but the A is not being pronounced. So these among very many others, are examples of words that have silent A coming at the beginning of the words. We also have silent A appearing in the middle of some words. When this happens, that means that letter A that is appearing in the middle of the word is not going to be pronounced for the word to have the correct pronunciation. It is not very common, especially among very many speakers who are not the native English speakers. I want us to have a very good look at my examples on the screen. You can see the first word, the letter A that is in a different color is the one that is silent. So the first word is basically, meaning that this A is not pronounced. The second word is logically, the A is not pronounced. Academically, the A is also not pronounced. Periodically, the A is also not pronounced. So these words are very common, but they are the ones that we confuse and pronounce the A most of the time. So I wanted to have a look at them very closely and know going forward that letter A in these words is not pronounced. It is supposed to be silent. Then for silent letter B is very common in words that have M followed by B. So the B that is coming after M is not going to be pronounced. In other words, after M, the B that appears in these words is not going to be pronounced. It is going to be a silent letter. You look at these examples. Again, I'm using very common examples that you can easily identify yourself with. I want you to look at example number 1. This word is bomb. Bomb. B is not pronounced. This one is comb. Comb. B is also not pronounced. This is womb. Womb. B is not pronounced. Tomb. The word is tomb. B is not pronounced. And then this last word is thumb. So in the word thumb, B is also not pronounced. There are some other examples that we can also have a look at. Like for example, in these words, this word is doubt. 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 B is not pronounced. You can hear it. Debt. The word is not debut. It is debt. Debt. B is not pronounced. Then this one is subtle. Subtle. B is not pronounced. You can get more and more examples through your own practice and through your own research, but that is letter B not pronounced, or letter B as a silent letter in some English words. Then for silent letter C is also very common in some of these words. We talk about them, we use them in our daily conversations, sometimes without knowing, but some other times we know. But based on how we pronounce the words, letter C automatically comes out as a silent letter or silent letters in these words. You can look at example number 1. This word is muscle. 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 C is not pronounced. Scissors. 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 Science. Science. Then this is sin. In the word sin, you can see C is not pronounced. Then for silent letter D can be found in very common words, like for example, These words, before we pronounce them, I want to let you know something that is very common, something that you can also agree with me. If you are not a native English speaker, or if you haven't learned and practiced English very well, you might not be able to bring out or to pronounce the silent D in these words clearly, because all along we have been pronouncing the D in these words. So this first word, D, is silent, so the word is supposed to be handsome, handsome. Then this one, the next word is supposed to be handkerchief, handkerchief, handkerchief. Then the last word is sandwich, sandwich. So the D is not coming out very clearly, but in our day-to-day activities, conversations, when we speak to each other, we keep pronouncing the D. So please, from today going forward, I want you to note that D in these words is not pronounced, it is supposed to be silent. Then we can also have other examples where letter D is silent after letter N. This is very common in this day. On Wednesday, on Wednesday. Wednesday has B coming out as a silent letter. Then another common area where we have letter D coming out as a silent letter, we find it in words where B comes before letter G. B comes before letter G. Look at these examples. In this word, age. In the word age, D is silent. In the word dodge, dodge has D coming out as a silent letter. Bridge, badge, and many others. So we are looking at letter D coming before letter G, making D to be silent. So you pronounce the words accordingly and you follow the instructions, you follow the rules. So we have looked at a number of silent letters from letter A all the way up to letter D. Up to this time, I want you to pause the video and have a look at this practice exercise. Look at the words, identify the silent letters in the words and pronounce them correctly. Identify the silent letters in the words, the first word, the second, the third, the fourth, up to the fifth word. I'm not supposed to pronounce the words because once I pronounce the words, you can easily get to the silent letter. So I will leave that to you. You can look for a friend, you practice together with your friend so that together you can help each other get the silent letter in the words. You can do that. Practice the pronunciation so that we use these words correctly and many other words correctly in our English sentences. So, having successfully practiced and looked at the practice exercise for the silent letters from A to D, and you feel this lesson has been very helpful to you, and you wish to learn more lessons with me, feel free to subscribe to Learn English with Simeo for more lessons. My lessons are very easy, they are very practical. You can see them, you can easily relate with them, you can easily reach out so that we talk more. You can also comment on how many silent letters you are able to get right from the practice exercise that I gave you, and hit the bell so that you never miss any lesson. Get the notifications all the time.